Okay. We are back again with a game called Grand Fantasy Empires, I believe. Though it kind of depends where you look on its... Yeah, okay, Grand Fantasy Empires, but in some places it's just calling itself Grand Fantasy, which... I mean, good luck trying to find that in a Google search, really. So, all intents and purposes, this seems to be an isometric total war with a Hearts, or sorry, not Hearts, yeah, Hearts of Iron. Heroes of Might and Magic flair. It's a short demo, and that's good. You can already see that it's very early development with the underscores. I love seeing development, you know, like, the development classes, if this is C# or what have you, in just menus and text. It's very good. You know you're in for a real treat. Alright, custom battle. Side. Map is grass. Scrub. You don't gotta call me out yet. Forest. Desert. Deadland. Snow. Volcanic. Type choice. River. Sedge. Settlement level choice. Fort. This is a little... This little... We're gonna guess a little... Very good. Alright, we got a lot of choices here, obviously. Do any of them do anything? I have no idea. Oh, look, we have rotation. Siege. Alright, we'll just do... Open. Volcanic. Side kingdom. Okay, opponent attacker. Okay, I guess I am the defender now. Alright, against undead, because of course, the classic. I will be the Norse. You have the elves, you have kingdom. So, we're doing like Total War. Or, sorry, not Total War, I always say this now. Warhammer Fantasy, because you have the Empire of the frickin' High Elves, Norska, the Drukari, presumably vampire counts, and then you have, I don't know, Chaos and Divided, maybe, what the hell was his name, Scarbrand? I guess we'll just do Empire, Kingdom, if you will. Actually, if we're going to be doing that, let's just do, Forest, I guess. Kingdom. Not that this is mattering much, considering all the trees are at the very edge. Yeah, okay. Defender, Undead. Oh, I get to choose, apparently. This is a lot of stuff for right out the gate. Air Dragon. Earth Dragon. Fire Dragon. And let me guess, Water Dragon. Yeah, wow. Okay, Empire for some reason gets... Arachne? Rhinoceri? Orc? Huh? What do you mean orc? Kobold? Mother! Goblins. Oh my god, we get gobos. Hero Goblin King. Yes, the Goblin King is in fact the Empire's king. How did a goblin become the Empire's king? Nobody knows. Well, they're apparently independent. Independent of this... goblin. Hero, cleric, horse. Is there healing spells? Don't know. Kingdom Levy Spear. Kingdom Levy Shield. You know, people can complain about Total War's like UI issues and whatnot, and while there is some, you know, there is some backing for their argument, like there is some issues with it, you know, like you do still have some areas where readability is actually decent, just sometimes maybe the meaning behind the readability isn't. You know, like, okay, a Total War UI, right? You have your HP per unit model, your movement speed, etc. in a vertical manner with like a little bar. Usually the bar is kind of irrespective because most of the time nothing is really going to fill it out. Flesh Golem. But the point is it's a lot more readable in a quick manner. Oh, no, you do get multiple heroes if you want them. Okay. Apparently they also get dragons. Oh, just everyone gets them because they're independent. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, well, let's see. Skeleton, do we have Dead Guard, Grave Guard, whatever they're called? Death Knights, okay. Blood Knights, they are definitely, almost certainly not, you know, Blood Knights, or, God, what are they called? Are they Blood Knights in Warhammer? Well, they're not mounted cavalry, though, so... Yes, they are. Never mind. I don't know why we have to call them soulless, though. Literally just call them zombie. Like, Games Workshop can't sue you for zombies. Ghosts. I mean, at that point, you could still call them, like, a wraith or something again. Like, they're not... You can't copyright that shit. You know? I mean, hell, even like, Lord of the Rings, Barrow Wights, even, you know? Like, Barrow Wights, wraiths, whatever. So we definitely have some good units, so let's see, give them a few Death Guard, I guess. Death Knights, whatever the hell, Grave Guard. Blood Knight. I'm very curious if these guys are actually vampires. Gotta find out. So there's like a weird double-click issue with these. Reserves. Oh, look at that. You even get the little, like, reinforcements. Okay. By the way, have you noticed how music has just given up the ghost? Start_battle and it's just completely off the little box there. Good. Little sparklies in bottom right. Game has just kind of like died and ate shit. Shot the bed. There's our little dudes. Okay. Fire Dragon Special is slowly charging up. Yeah, there's the Earth Dragon. Really, it's less dragon, more of just, like, worm. So no flying, though, is there? Clicking that, in fact, does nothing, by the way. Do these guys automatically retreat? No! The answer is no. Oh, and you have no visual indicator as to where they will be pointing. They're just a box. Obviously, if you point in the direction, they will be, but still, it's just the point being. Arachne is slinging some shit. They are not leaving combat. They refuse to leave combat, so that's good. Right-clicking on an enemy to attack them seems to just be putting the little... I actually like the game, whatever that little black flash was. Arachne Queen. No idea what any of their abilities do. Okay, well apparently Arachne spits out like a poison glob. So the sound design could definitely do with an upgrade. Responsiveness of units as well. Not that Total War does particularly great with that either. But yeah, like... Yeah, like movement lines or anything to see what they're doing currently. I'm telling this guy to ignore them and in fact go hit the skeleton spears. And he does not give a single shit. Giant spiders. I don't remember what that other game was called. Was it Tabletop Tavern? That was actually a very good example of how an indie game can do Total War, but do it, you know, well. But even then, it still had some issues. I just don't remember what they were. Oh, they're not retreating. Okay. Huh. The thing's wings are very strange. It looks more like it's a mechanical being. Alright. No idea. Lightning breath description. Oh, there we go. Performance also seems to be a general issue. I think it might be doing the hit points 1. I'm sorry? So yes, they are definitely retreating. Flesh Golem does not seem to have sustained any damage whatsoever throughout the entire fight. It's very strange. There we go. How did it go through the entire fight without sustaining a single HP of damage? Very strange. Yeah, he's dead, can't you tell? And he can attack post-death. Very, very interesting rigor mortis issue, that. Flesh Golem, I'm sorry? Hold on, do you see that? Like, it pops up for a split second here. Oh, that's the skeleton spirit, alright. So, rather obviously, I gave myself a lot of benefit there. But it seems like a few units are dead. So they're just like perpetually white down here. That's good. Okay. What do your heroes do? Dragon, Hero, Goblin, King. Poison Cloud. Right? I do like the isometric look to it, you know, kind of gave it a little bit of a... At least the Poison Glove from the hero, or the Goblin King, made it kind of look like, or reminded me of... Let's see... Diablo... Heal. How does this work? It's a single hit and they heal. Apparently we have 60 frames. But yeah, okay, we have to surrender. Hmm. Okay, I mean, the idea is there, obviously, early, you know, early playtest. It's not particularly in a great position right now. Wait, what do you mean bench test? This is literally just the army I had. Sorry, what? -1. Is this not the army? What? Oh, there's like a Medusa thing? A Gorgon, alright. What is that, the cleric? No, Amazon bow, okay. Oh, I heard a horn. Don't know where or what that was for, but yeah, there was a horn. Oh, it's just a civil war, it's fine. Well, hold on, it's a civil war with... Kingdom on both sides, but, well, okay, this isn't Kingdom, that's Amazon now. I don't know. That's a lot of Amazonians, dear Jesus. I don't think the speed option works. Also, find it kind of funny how skeleton spears really actually don't know what to do. They were doing the same thing in the previous one. But I do believe that the skeleton spears might be, in fact, having the Warhammer Fantasy Total War thing. Well, actually, tabletop as well, where they just all kind of like fall apart once their morale starts dropping. Oh, those Blood Knights are still going, huh? But yeah, like, graphically it's fine, but it also kind of reminds me of the... You know, a bunch of the old RTSs there, Cossacks even. Cossacks, Age of Empires, all those things, just... You know, more Total War rather than... You know, like old... RTS like that. What would you even call that? Because it's like StarCraft, like I said, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, I think it was called. Like, a bunch of those old RTSs were very kinda... You know... very similar. A lot of them ended up playing basically the exact same, just with a different coat of paint. You also had, what is it called? Not Ultimate General, what the heck was it called? The Planetary Annihilation. Wasn't really big on stuff like Planetary Annihilation, because it was already kind of sweaty when you were doing, like, PvP stuffs in stuff like StarCraft and whatnot, and I felt like it was even worse in stuff like that, because, you just had a lot of the people that just took the game way too seriously and would act like the rapidity and the replicability of their strategy was just they like the problem I have with PvP and a lot of those old RTSs, it became very similar, right? Like very samey. Every game these people would play the exact same way, and they would basically just memorize the most efficient way of doing things. You know, start off, immediately place this, hotkey this, just... It takes the fun out of it for me. I just... I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense there. Just... When you're playing against someone that's taking the game way too seriously, it's not fun. You know, I want both people to be able to make mistakes, not, you know, memorize each and every little single iota about the game and, you know, like, oh, okay, well, immediately spam 3,000 of this one thing within the first, like, minute of the game and win because they are the most cost-effective unit, or what have you. Because I think I remember a few games back then where it was like a lot of games, you know, like Planetary Annihilation or StarCraft would be over in less than 7 minutes. Like, it's not really for me. Never has been. Never been keen on that. Kinda honestly, one of the reasons why I actually liked Company of Heroes and just Company of Heroes 2 is like, you can spend a lot of time kind of like on a trading defensive and offensive end. You know, unless they're playing certain Russian or German tactic, especially in COH2, where I don't know if they're viable anymore, but there were definitely points in time before certain patches nerfed the ever-living shit out of them. There were a few commanders in Company of Heroes 2 that would allow you to make tanks, I think it was like at half cost or even cheaper, especially with the Soviets. There was one commander in particular that they had where they were paid for even. They were effectively a pay-to-win general that they then later nerfed because, you know, you need the like MMO gacha shit in an RTS now, right? Now, you know, just ignore it was like back in 2016. But yeah, it was a commander that, through their commander ability, would let you build a T-34, I think 85 specifically even, so it had the better gun for, I think, like a third of the cost of a normal T-34. And you could spam it. You could just keep spamming it. Well, obviously, especially with the fact that, you know, it costs 1/3 the cost or whatever the hell it was. So you end up just with a crap load of T-34s. And if you do it right, there's practically nothing the other side can do. You know, it's like, oh, okay, maybe if they chose a certain general or commander or whatever, they might have something like, oh, they can call in a railway cannon strike. Cool, that might actually one-tap a couple of T-34-85s. A couple of them. Out of the, like, 20. And they can move. You know, like, generally speaking, a lot of those call-ins for artillery, you have a lot of time to avoid them. And for some of them, they straight up warn you that they're coming because there'll be a couple of flares on the ground, so, you know. Like, even if you do manage to land on a, like, 2 or 4 of them, they still have a wave coming at you. Anyway, yapping. That's it for that game. What the heck was it called? Grand Fantasy Empires. Yeah, it's in a bit of a rough state right now. Practically everything needs to be worked on, except maybe the graphics. Graphically, it's fine. The idea is there. Hopefully you get somewhere, because an isometric Total War could actually be kind of nice. But yeah, that'll be it. See ya.